Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy DLloyd, and we are here towards the end of the regular season, week 13 to be exact. We are currently 7-4. We're going to be taking on the Miami Dolphins, who are 3-7-1. So this is a game that we definitely need to take advantage of because we need to get the win. Currently, we have the same record as the Pittsburgh Steelers, so this is definitely going down to the wire. We need to make sure we get the wins when we're supposed to get the wins, so hopefully we can make it to the playoffs. But anyway, we're going to go straight into the commentary. You see Joe Flacco, 15 touchdowns, 12 interceptions on the year. We get the football first, and right away we're going to hand it off to Justin for a set. He gets that carry up the middle for a gain of 5. Then on 2nd and 5, Joe Flacco drops back. He is going to find Crockett Gilmore, who makes that reception for a first down. So now the very next play, Joe Flacco sees the pressure coming, but he ends up fumbling the football as he was being brought down for a sack. Look at this one again. It is Cameron Wake. You see his arm right there. He ends up poking the ball loose before we hit the ground. That will result in a fumble, and the Miami Dolphins will take over in great field position. So Ryan Tannehill, he takes over on offense. He hands it off to Damian Williams, who loses 2 yards on that carry. So now it is 2nd and 12. They hand it off to Williams again, but this time he gets a couple of blocks, able to seal the edge. He's able to pick up a first down, taking that one to the outside. Now 2 plays later, it is 2nd and 10. Tannehill has time, but he will eventually start rolling out to his right, trying to keep his eyes down the field, but we will bring him down for a sack. So it is 3rd down for the Miami Dolphins. Tannehill in shotgun again. He will end up checking it down. It does not matter, and they will end up kicking a field goal. So the field goal attempt is up, but we end up blocking it. As you see, Davis diving through, coming up with a block. You guys, our first block since I believe the last game of the preseason. We come right off the edge right there. A perfectly timed dive, and that will result in a blocked field goal. Look at this one more time, just coming through the edge, pretty much untouched, and we end up coming through with a block. So we take over now, stopping them from getting any points on that possession. Hopefully we can go down and get some points, but on 2nd down we end up getting brought down for a sack. That is Cameron Wake once again. So now it is 3rd and 15. We lob this one up, and look at the catch by Steve Smith, a one-handed grab. There will be a penalty. That is a defensive pass interference, so the play will stand. Look at this one again, guy all over him, and he is still coming down with the one-handed grab. Fantastic reception for Steve Smith. But on the next play, we go ahead and toss this one out to Carlos Williams, who takes this one to the outside, and he will get a pretty nice gain of 7 on that play. Now it is 3rd down. Joe Flacco is under center. We're going to find Crockett Gilmore on the drag route. He will end up picking up a first down, and he will take us inside of the 25-yard line. But right here, looking at another 3rd down, we're looking into the end zone, and that is going to be Brashard Perriman. Comes up with the reception, got both feet down inbounds, and that will be a touchdown. We get on the board first. 7-0 is the score. But here come the Miami Dolphins. They're going to find Damian Williams again, taking this one into Baltimore territory on that reception. Now the very next play, they decide to go right back to the ground. This time it is Thomas, and look at the seal he gets from the receiver, taking this one to the outside, and Eric Weddle will bring him down inside of the red zone. So the Dolphins are driving down the field very quickly, and they will end up capping it off just like that with a run from Damian Williams into the end zone for a touchdown. The Miami Dolphins, just like that, are going to tie this ball game back up at 7 apiece. But we are back on the field. Hopefully we can regain the lead on this possession. You see Kamar Aiken coming up with that reception on the drag route. Now it is 1st and 10. We hand it off to Carlos Williams, but he ends up being brought down in the backfield. So now it is 2nd and 14. Hand this one off to Taliaferro. He loses yards as well on that carry. So now it is 3rd and 17 for the Ravens. You see we get a nice block right there. Joe Flacco taking a shot down the field, and Rashad Jones comes up with the interception on the play. However, there will be a flag, and this will be defensive pass interference. So the interception is erased. We get the football at the 4-yard line. We're going to go ahead and hand off to Carlos Williams. He's going to punch this one into the end zone. So instead of an interception, they end up giving up a touchdown because of the penalty. We are now up 14-7. But here come the Miami Dolphins. Tannehill dropping back. He keeps dropping back, and eventually Terrell Suggs is going to come up with a sack on that play. So now it is 3rd and 19 for the Miami Dolphins. This is Tannehill in shotgun once again, lobbing this one up to Devontae Parker. He makes the catch, but he is inches short of that first down marker, so they do go ahead and punt it. We take back over on offense, and this is Carlos Williams taking this one up the middle. He will get a gain of about 8 on that play. So now it is 1st and 10. We're dropping back. That is going to be Crockett Gilmore who makes that reception, and he will get a 1st down as well on that play. Now 2 plays later, 2nd and 7. We go with a play fake. Joe Flacco rolling out to his right, taking the shot down the field, and that is going to be Kamar Aiken who makes the touchdown reception in between about 3 defenders, and we are going to extend our lead in this ball game. 21-7 is the score. The Dolphins get the football now, and right away we end up coming up with a huge play right there. Now it is 3rd and 10. They're taking the shot down the field, and that's going to be caught by Devontae Parker. You see it once again. We try to make a dive and deflection there, but Devontae Parker able to focus on the football and reel it in. So now the Dolphins have it at the 25-yard line. Ryan Tannehill has plenty of time here, but he cannot find an open receiver, and eventually we're able to bring some pressure, and then he will fumble the football. We will fall on it. That possession is over just like that. You see him break out of the first sack, and then right here, Jernigan's going to come through, force a fumble right there. Huge play because we have under 2 minutes to try to go down the field and score a touchdown. So right away, Joe Flacco with the rock. He is going to find Brashard Perriman in coverage, making a fantastic catch. And then the very next play, we go with another play fake. This time, Joe Flacco is going to roll out to his right, keeping his eyes down the field, making a risky pass. Perriman has it in his hands, but eventually he will end up dropping the football. They will roll this one incomplete. So now it is 2nd and 10. Joe Flacco stepping up in the pocket, and he is going to find Brashard Perriman on the out route, and he will take this one to the 20-yard line. Now it is 2nd and 9 for the Baltimore Ravens. Joe Flacco is going to find Carlos Williams, who makes that reception. He will be brought down at the 6-yard line. So now about 30 seconds remaining here in the half. We toss this one out to Javoris Allen, and he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown for Buck Allen. That is going to take us to halftime, you guys. We are cruising in the first half, 28-7. That is the score. Hopefully, we can keep things up here in the second half, and we don't have any collapses here in this ball game. So the Dolphins, they get the football first to start off the third quarter. Right away, that's going to be Jordan Cameron who makes that reception for a 1st down. Now 2 plays later, Tannehill goes with the play fake, and he's going to send his guy on the seam route. That's going to be a 1st down. They are now in Baltimore territory. Now 1st and 10, we bring the pressure, and we're able to get to Tannehill for a sack. So now it is 3rd and 17. Tannehill has plenty of time this time, chilling in the pocket, and this football will end up being deflected at the line of scrimmage. So the Dolphins have to settle for a field goal. However, this one is going to be wide left. It will be no good. We take over after holding them to 0 points on that possession. So right away, we're going to come up with the completion on the sideline to Kamar Aiken. Then 1st and 10, we go with a stretch play to Taliaferro. He ends up breaking out of a tackle right there, and then he will eventually be brought down at about the 35-yard line. So now it is 2nd and 3. We go with a play fake right here, taking a shot deep down the field, and that's going to be Steve Smith who makes that reception for a touchdown, and we are going to extend our lead in this ball game, 35-7. That is the score. But here come the Miami Dolphins. They're trying to get right back in the scoring position. You see them finding the guy on that seam route right there. Now right here, you're going to see Tannehill finding Thomas on the check down. He makes the reception, hits a nice spin move, and then he will take this one to about the 25-yard line. However, this one's going to come back because of a holding penalty. So now 2nd and 19. Hand this one off to Damian Williams. He goes pretty much nowhere on that carry. Now it is 3rd down for the Dolphins. Ryan Tannehill has time, but he will check this one down to Williams. But look at this. He will end up picking up a 1st down even on the check down. So the Dolphins drive is going to stay alive. This is Thomas right here getting the carry. He will end up taking this one to about the 10-yard line. And now it's going to be 2nd and goal for the Miami Dolphins. Williams goes absolutely nowhere on that play. So now it is 3rd and goal for the Miami Dolphins. Tannehill dropping back, has plenty of time. He will check down once again. This one goes nowhere. And now the Dolphins have to go for it on 4th down. 10 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. You see Tannehill dropping back, and he gets brought down for a sack. That will be a turnover on downs, and we are going to take over, and we're going to try to put some more points on the scoreboard. So you see Steve Smith coming up with that reception on the slant route. Then right here, this is Carlos Williams running hard, and he will end up picking up a 1st down on that tough run. The next play, we go right back to him on the ground. Another big-time run, taking that one down to the 45-yard line. Then right here, Joe Flacco under center, finding Crockett Gilmore. on the drag route, holding onto the football. You see the Dolphins are trying to strip it, but that is a good play because the very next play, we are going to hand it off to Carlos Williams, taking this one to the outside, and Carlos Williams will score a 32-yard run for Carlos Williams, and we are going to extend our lead once again. 42-7 is the score, and then after we get the football right back, we run the stretch once again. Carlos Williams taking this one down to the 31-yard line. Now the very next play, we decide to hand it up the middle to Carlos Williams. He gets a nice gain right here for a first down. However, this one will be called back because a holding penalty. So now it's going to be 1st and 17 from the 38-yard line. Hand off to Carlos Williams again. He jukes the defender, breaks out of a tackle, and now Carlos Williams is off to the races. Nobody is going to catch him, and this one will be another touchdown, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the ball game, and that will end up being the ball game. 49-14. The Dolphins will score late, but it does not matter. We cruise to a victory in this one. We are now 8-4 on the season, you guys. Very good game. Pretty much the best game we played all season, in my opinion. Defeating the Miami Dolphins. They're going to drop to 3-8-1. But looking at the stats, Joe Flacco pretty much perfect. 14 for 18 on the day, 275 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Carlos Williams 13 carries off of the bench, 155 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. Rashard Perriman and Steve Smith, they both contributed touchdowns as well. So like I said, probably the best game we played yet this season, and hopefully we can keep building on this momentum as we head to the playoffs. But that is all I have for this episode, you guys. I definitely hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please go ahead and leave this video a like. It helps me out a lot, and subscribe if you haven't already. It's your boy D Lloyd. I'm gonna see y'all next time. Peace.